really built me up. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh man, it's like a packed house in here. I'm not used to that. I'm used to performing in front of other comedians. They're very judgmental.
I really like your shirt.
But I'm really happy to be here. Finally do my first 10 minutes. I actually had a shot at 10 minutes here once. Every Wednesday here, there's a comedy competition, and I think it's about 12 comedians get to compete, 5 minutes each. And the winner of the night, they take a vote, and the winner of the night gets a $25 bar tab and gets a headline here next week. And I won the first time I ever tried comedy, and I was like, awesome. And then I came back next week, and I died up here. I completely died. I was not ready to do 15, my second time doing comedy. And after that, I didn't do like comedy for like a month. I just had like shameful showers, just like, why did I say that shit right? Alright, I was trying to be funny. Shit. But I finally came back and had a few drunken bombs, but anyways, let's get into it. So, I was a fat kid growing up. Was anybody else a fat kid? Woo! That's way too quiet for too many people. This is America. Somebody's lying out there. Maybe more than one. But a moment where I realized I was a fat kid was when I was like swimming and a Japanese man started hurling harpoons at me. I think that was a sign I need to change things. You never really recover from something like that. But speaking of being a fat kid, McDonald's had that the other day. Actually vomited McDonald's the other day. Ugh. Oddly enough, it tasted just like McDonald's. There's a bit of a buy one, get one free situation. Because I got like double the flavor with half the calories. And it really worked out. Another thing about McDonald's, those trans fats. Really bad. You've heard of these trans fats? I know Michelle Obama worked really hard to get rid of them, but it's funny, they tried to get rid of them in food, but now they're actually an identity. I'm not even joking here. I'm just gonna throw a fact here. There are skinny people who actually identify as fat people. Yeah, it's messed up. That's not even a joke. Now you know that. Shit. So I don't know if you can tell, I'm not actually from here. I'm actually a recovering drug addict from Houston, or AKA H-Town, whereas some of us junkies like to call it Heroin Town. Yeah. But I just had to leave the place. I was just surrounded by shit and I need to get out. The dope was taking a lot from me. And I thought, no better place than Reno. I picked a great town to move to get my shit together, right? The first thing somebody told me when I came here was like, welcome to Reno where dreams come to die. Great. I already have dead dreams. Let's get started. But, yeah, I almost got nearly 2 years clean. So, yes, thank you. I need a hobby like this. While I'm at it, I want to give a shout out to my brother. He has 5 years of sobriety. Yeah, it's pretty easy to stay sober when you're dead. I needed that one. Let me have that one, folks. Please, that was for me. Oh, boy. That felt good. But, yeah, I actually like to talk about a lot of dark things and depressing things, and it's like, why don't you get yourself some help? Why don't you go to a therapist or a meeting or something? And I would, but they don't like it when you laugh there. And sometimes I get more laughs here, but maybe not tonight, okay. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is fun. Let's talk about my mother. Oh boy. There's a reason for this. So my mother's a raging alcoholic. She's doing better now. But for 10 years, oh boy. I remember this one time, I took her car keys, because that was kind of my job. You know, I don't want her drinking and driving. That's a no-no, you know? So I took her car keys once, and she didn't like that. She was like, you son of a bitch. Oh, wow. Don't say that about yourself, Mom. Come on. You motherfucker. That's not any better, Mom. So finally she starts pacing. She gets like angry. She's like, you better give me those car keys back, or I'm gonna call the cops on your ass, you fucking thief. And she kept yelling at me the whole night. And finally I lose my shit. I'm like, fine, call the cops, Mom. And she's like, I'll do it. I swear to Christ, I'll do it. I'm like, do it. So she gets the phone, she dials 911. And that's when the TV turned off. There was a TV remote the whole time. That one's dumb. Alright, I'm gonna try a couple of my little one-liners here. So, why is it that when Tom Hanks acts like a mentally disabled person, people praise him, they'll give him an Oscar? But when I do it, I'm just an asshole. I hate the double standard. It's just not fair. Oh boy. Does anybody here hate math? I was gonna say math. I probably would have gotten more applause in this town. Math. But no, some people hate math, but I think math is easy if you know nothing about it. Because my teacher always told me, Alex, 0 is not a round number. Really. Have you looked at it? In fact, I think it's the most round number. Yeah, that one is. But that's what it's here. This is the fresh-paced comedy. Still pretty new. Reading off the notes like a noob. Anyways. Oh, here's a fun one. This is a weird one. You know when you're a young child and you don't quite understand how the world works, so you kind of fill in the gaps yourself? Yeah, I thought girls had balls. Hear me out. Okay. So it's preschool, and we had this little lesson about the differences between boys and girls. And they had these little cutouts up on the board, and they're like, class, this is a boy. And me, myself, I'm like, yes, I understand that. I am a boy myself. And they say, boys don't have a vagina, they have a penis. Yes, we do, I understand. And then they went to the girl, and it's like, girls don't have a penis. Whoa. Slow down. So you're telling me girls don't have a penis? Okay. But they still have balls, right? And, no, I never asked that question, and nobody cared to answer it for me. Oh boy. So I answered it myself. Yes, of course they have balls. Why wouldn't they? And I just went on believing in that for a while. At least until I played doctor with the neighbor girl. Then I figured it out. What else I got here? Oh boy, this one's, I'm gonna take it even darker. So I had to take a flight a couple months ago, and I'll be honest with you folks, I get nervous while flying. And doing this, obviously. But me, myself, I like to play a little game while I fly. It's a fun little game. You may have played this game. It's called the Don't Think About 9/11 game. No, it's essentially you just sit in your seat and you just say to yourself, don't think about 9/11, don't think about 9/11, don't think about 9/11. Never forget, shit. I was playing too hard. But, speaking about not thinking about 9/11, I'm going to go a little bit more into 9/11. I know I'm playing with fire here, okay? I'm going to keep this as tasteful as a 9/11 joke can go. Because it's just like that old expression goes, how's it go? It's 9/11 somewhere. Right? That's how it goes. So, I was in New York once. New York City, and it was just past 9/11. It was kind of like maybe like 9:16, just a quarter past 9 actually. But we were by Ground Zero, and there was this merchant hanging around Ground Zero selling 9/11 merchandise, and you think, wow, that's pretty fucked up. Profiting off American tragedy, who does that? So I mean, like, where do you draw the line with that? And me, I like crossing lines, so I kind of played along the line with that and actually wrote a list of where do you draw the line on 9/11 merchandise. All right. Stay with me, please. All right. 9/11 merchandise. You could have 9/11 the board game. It's probably a lot like Jenga. You could have 9/11 the breakfast cereal. Start your day with 9/11 again. Or 9/11. Oh God. 9/11 sexy lingerie. Ladies, give your man a gift he'll never forget. 9/11 the movie. Oh shit, we already got that. Okay, that's it with the 9/11 jokes. We're done there. Alright, what else we got on here? Alright, I think I'm gonna end with one more. Okay. You think anybody who's ever jumped to their death ever had a change of heart halfway down? Like if some guy jumped off the El Dorado, who just like had it, he's like, goodbye, cruel world. And then like halfway down, he gets like a phone call from like his wife. Yeah, hello. You say you'll let me see my son again. You want to take me back? Well, I'm kind of busy right now. Well, I'm not even that hungry. What do you feel like eating? Chinese again? God damn it, you always do this to me! Where am I? I'm gonna be on the corner of 3rd and Virginia. All over the corner of 3rd and Virginia. Oh, nice. Yep, oh, I love you. I keep it dark. Thanks for hearing me out, y'all. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Look for Sarah, Nicholas, bartender, and all the other comics tonight. Probably gonna do better than me, but